want to talk about some of the tomorrow dish that were actually known to be part of our traditional food back then, probably as early as 12, 1300, 1400s, and the topic or the subject that I would like to express more in detail as to how the tomorrow food were found and I guess grown and passed on to generation back in the early 12, 13, 1400 was, from what I understand, is being on an island, mostly it's very tropical, and the plants that were local here are known to be the most used um, fruits, plants, or whatever you call it. For example, coconut has been around for many centuries, I guess, and coconut has been um, um, traditionally used frequently more than probably any other plants that I've known. Reading some of the history back, coconut. What happens in the coconut is that there's so many diverse usage. For example, a young coconut, you could drink the young coconut juice, and it's a very how you say that organic as far as the juice when it's in a young state, when it's green. Now, when it becomes a little older, the coconut turns brown, then it has a different usage by the traditional people, such as once it's brown, they'll husk it, they'll take it apart, they'll cut it open, the nut, they'll grind it, and they'll take the the meat with water or the water from the coconut, they'll mix it and they'll squeeze it. They'll squeeze the milk out of the coconut. And what they do with the milk is very interesting, because that is part of the of the traditional ways of cooking other menu with the coconut milk. For example, bananas, ripe bananas or green bananas. The other one is taro or yam. The other one is breadfruit. It's a sort of like a big round green, and it's called breadfruit. That is another fruit that we use way back. Okay, since we don't have rice. Okay, so what they'll do is, for example, the breadfruit is one. It becomes very ready to be harvested when it becomes green and then starting to turn yellow. They'll pick that, cut it, slice it up, chop it in quarters, and they'll take the coconut milk and put it in a pot and put the breadfruit and then the coconut milk, and that's how they boil the breadfruit with the coconut milk. Also, they could use ripe bananas to substitute the breadfruit, or they could use yam. Okay, yam and taro are traditionally grown in the soil, and it bears when the taro grows in the soil, you see all these round batches of taro. That is what we call taro plant. On the yam, it's the same thing. And, like back also then, they don't have pots and pans. So the way that the Chamorro and the Carolinian did was when they harvest or when they catch a turtle, they'll take the shell on the back, clean it all up, dry it, and then it will be like a pot, a big pot, like a wok. And they'll put it on top of a fire or on top of a steam water, and a lot of the locals will cook their food in there. That's one way of cooking traditionally without any utensils like steel pots and pans. Okay. The other one is the coconut. When the locals husk the coconut, there's a shell, a round nut. They'll cut it in an oval shape, and it becomes like a ball, like a little ball. And they'll normally use that also for part of the mixing of the paste banana or paste breadfruit, and then they'll mix in the coconut, and that's how they use that little ball to mix it all up again. So those are the traditional ways of how the locals survive in terms of cooking, wrapping, the banana leaves and the taro leaf. Once you heat it, it becomes like a wrapper for steaming. You could steam all your food in that wrap, because back then there's no aluminum foil. So banana leaf, taro leaf. Once you heat it right, you can use that to wrap, make a burrito, steam it, or whatever you want to do with it. And that's how they cook back then. Coconut milk plays a key role into cooking different entities of food, not just the breadfruit, the yams, the bananas, and the taros and all that. Coconut milk also can make traditional local food such as chopped up chicken, sauteed and put in a pot. Take the coconut milk, put it in there, and boil it. Okay, with a little bit of salt and black pepper, and it becomes a soup with a coconutty white milk broth in it. And you could also use coconut milk into beef, pork, let's say chicken, or even shrimp or fish. So those are the aspects of the coconut blending in with the traditional food then. And the other interesting is the coconut also plays a key role into making certain dish, like for example, like we call it tamales, or we call it how you call it in English, pastry or whatever. So what they'll do is, for example, they'll take green banana, and what they'll do is they'll peel the green skin off, take the banana fruit, and they'll mash it on a grinding stone. They'll mash it and make it paste. It will turn into paste. So what they'll do is they'll take that and take the coconut milk and mix it with that. And back then they don't have aluminum foil or other utensils. So what they do, they'll take banana leaf, they cut it in batches and squares, and they'll heat it on top of a fire. So when that happens, and an example is when you cut a piece like this and you heat it on top of a fire, the leaves, this banana leaf now becomes sort of like a saran wrap, and you can bend it, you can fold it. But when you pick a banana leaf out of a tree and you try to bend it, it will rip off, it will just crack. So interestingly, you have to understand that the heat produces that, texture on the leaf, and then it will become sort of like saran wrap. So you take this paste banana paste that you just grind it, mix it with the coconut milk with a little bit of sugar and some tapioca starch, and mix it all up and wrap it in this banana leaf, and then steam it or grill it. And once you cook it, it's a very delicious paste. Picking up a dish like, for example, chicken calabria, once they catch the chicken, they'll take the meat, they'll grill it, and they'll peel off the skin, chop it up, dice it, put a little bit of salt, onions, and all that, and then mix it all up with the grinded coconut meat together with a squeeze of lemon, and that's what we call chicken calabria. Okay, that's one of the well-known traditional foods on the island.